Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to our Lego room. In today's video, we're taking a look at an awesome new Lego book called Building a Lego Viking Village, Volume 1. This is published by Brick Monster. Really big fan of all the different build guides that they have released, and I think it's cool that they've now decided to tackle the Viking theme. They've got a really nice wide variety of building guides, tackling different themes. It's really interesting to see the different techniques that they use and the different types of buildings that their guides help you with putting together. And this particular volume is put together by Gonzalo Carro and contains instructions for 5 really nice Viking village related models. Now, taking a closer look at the front cover here, you can see images of the 5 builds that instructions are provided for inside the book. We've got a great village house, a nice village gate, cool watchtower, a really nice looking Viking boat, and then we've got a pier or dock for the ship to pull up alongside. Really nice cross section of different models, and I think that all of these should go really nicely with the builds inside the actual Lego Viking Village set that was released. So it's nice to have some additional models that you can build to pair up with that particular set. Now, taking a look inside the book, I really appreciate their choice here on paper for the interior of the book. I like the coloring and the feel of it. Gives me a bit of a vibe of, sort of an older text, which I think works well with the Viking theme. This initial page here at the start of the book talks a little bit about how to use the book in terms of reading the instructions, but also in terms of finding parts to build all of the models. Now, each model in the book has a parts list at the end of the instructions. There's shows the parts in a couple different formats so that you can look up what you need or find what you need in your current inventory of Lego bricks. But if you need to order parts, they also have a digital parts list on the Brick Monster website, which you can download and easily use on Bricklink. So makes ordering parts really straightforward and easy. It does also note in here, though, that you can feel free to swap in different parts that you might already have in your collection rather than ordering, parts that you don't have. There's a lot of cases as you're working on the village house, like the rooftop there and other parts of some of the models where you've got a little bit of flexibility in terms of the coloring or combination of parts that you use to achieve the final look. So really appreciate that they've got this section here. Like the fact that they offer the parts list in a couple of different formats. Some people really like being able to refer to a paper copy, when they're going through their inventory of parts or when they're looking for things on Bricklink. There's a lot of people as well that really like using the digital parts lists. So nice that they're catering to both audiences there. And, I also really appreciate the fact I picked up the, hard copy version of the book, but you can actually buy a digital copy of the instruction book on their website. So, if you want to save yourself the sort of extra cost of ordering and shipping a hardcover, softcover hard copy book, that is another option. You can actually order just the digital copy of the book on their website. And I've done that for other versions of their build guides. So and they're just as good as the book. It really comes down to a preference of how you like to refer to things. While I like digital copies personally, I find that you can't really beat having an object in front of you that you can flip through and go back and forth really easily. Just kind of the way I like to work when I'm building, but nice that they offer both options there. And also worth noting here, you can see each model has a nice little title page to it with the village gate here. 217 parts required. You can see a really excellent image of the finished model here. Really like the look of that. And as I mentioned, I think it's cool that there's that animal skeleton head there on the top of the gate. And, the instructions are all really clear about what parts you need to use on a given step and how to put those together. Reads very much like, a regular instruction set that you would get with a Lego set, which I appreciate. And as another example, you can see the long ship here requires 356 parts. Really like the look of this. Love we've got kind of the dragon head on the front of the boat here. Great brick built mast. And I love the brick built shields on the side of the long ship as well. So, really great photography here. Some really interesting models that you are learning how to build. So really nice sort of polished presentation for each of the models in the book here. One of the other things that I really appreciate about the types of models they've highlighted in the book here is that there's a lot of really cool techniques and sort of basic fundamentals that you can learn from putting together, for example, this village house here and the gate and the watchtower that can be applied to other models that are not Viking themed. You could build a house in this style or in this sort of general architecture, but change it up to a completely different style that fits the types of buildings you want around your layout or your city. And the same thing goes for the watchtower. There's some really interesting things I think they're doing with the gate here. So I really appreciate that as well. It's nice when, even if you're not looking to build a whole bunch of Viking, buildings and support structures, you can learn a lot in here for building other similar style structures for whatever theme fits with your, the rest of your layout or what you personally enjoy building. So I think it's always interesting to, get a window sort of into how other builders go about putting together different models. And this is definitely another great sort of showcase of that. Also worth noting that the designer Gonzalo is on Instagram, and Brick Monster is on Instagram as well. And I will include a link below to the Brick Monster website, but you can see the URL there as well. So, highly recommend checking out both of their Instagram accounts and taking a look at the Brick Monster website in general. Even if you aren't looking to pick up this particular building guide, they've got a lot of great instruction sets for sale on their website. So definitely worth checking out. And, like I said, in general, I think this is a really cool book. I think they've done a great job, again, of highlighting a number of interesting structures for, sort of a different theme. In this case, the Viking village. But, like I mentioned, I'm a big fan of all the different building guides that they've put out, and looking forward to seeing what they release in the future. I do know from looking at their website that it looks like there will be a volume 2 for the Building a Lego Viking Village. So it'll be interesting to see what different types of models they come out with for that one. But in the meantime, like I mentioned, I'll include a link below to the Brick Monster website so you can take a look at the parts lists and the different instruction sets for sale there. I'll also include a link to the Amazon.com listing for this particular book as well, in case you are interested in checking it out there. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.